Hey, folks, today on the Bigfoot series, we've got something exciting planned. We're gearing up for a long-awaited outing to put the articulation of our axles to the test on some serious obstacles. Before we upgrade to a suspension system, we want to try our hand at enhancing articulation using some jacks and wheels. We're going to maneuver the axles, trim the fenders, and even tweak the front bumper. The goal? To tackle those obstacles without tearing through our tires. So, we've got our spacers in hand, and these are the final touches before we slap those wheels on. Everything is pretty much set up, and we're just waiting on the hub-centric rings with the matching rims. We've sent off our wheel alignment table to get the central hole precisely dialed in along 20 guides, you know, making sure everything's spot on for those high speeds we're aiming for. No wobbling wheels on our watch, you know how we roll. The machining on these spacers is top-notch. I don't want any play when I hit the gas. It might sound funny, but these spacers set us back $500, and those hefty bolts and extra nuts didn't come cheap either. But hey, quality costs, right? Today, we're hauling them off for a powder coat. With any luck, we'll have them back tomorrow, and then it's finally wheel installation time. Can't wait to see these bad boys in action. Now, we're diving into the wheel painting phase. Yeah, we're going for that sleek look with a jet black powder coat. I mean, who doesn't love the vibe it gives off? But, you know, had to have a little chat with the powder coat crew. We wanted to add a subtle touch of bright red to the rim lip, you know, for that extra pop. So, since we flipped the wheels 180 degrees, our valve stems are now hanging out on the inside. Gotta move them to the outer edge. Time to get hands-on, drilling holes, crafting a protective cover for the valve stem, going all metal on it. We're taking it to the welding station, hitting it up with some argon welding. And there you have it, folks, our wheels are finally back from the paint shop, looking sleek and black as night. We're sealing it all up tight with some quality sealant to make sure our tires don't let us down. Now, for the not so great news, they couldn't pull off that red accent. Was really counting on those racing stripes, but hey, can't win 'em all, right? Quick reminder, our ride's packing disc brakes with calipers straight out of a Gazelle. Oh, and hold up a sec, got ourselves a straight-through canister muffler, giving this beast a mean growl. Just dropped in 2 brand new batteries, and we're good to hit the road.
Come on over here, got a bit of a situation with a leaking hose.
Let me tell you, this beast is something else. The ride might feel a bit unconventional, but that low gear is wicked. I mean, the first gear is short and sweet, exactly what I wanted. When we hit the mud, it's gonna breeze through in second gear like a walk in the park. The gear ratio is just a fairy tale, even though the engine's a bit sluggish, a 42 without a turbo. It takes its sweet time revving up, but thanks to that transfer case, I reckon it's gonna handle the rough stuff pretty darn well in low gear. It's all about that reduced transmission, it's the real deal. Well, folks, our first outing turned into a full-blown fiasco. We hit the trail, and suddenly, our rig starts leaking like there's no tomorrow. Radiator trouble. Now, this radiator is a relic, a brass beauty we splurged around $400 on way back when. But, in one of those off-road escapades, the darn thing took a hit. Some fins got patched up, cause, couldn't bear to toss it. Fast forward to yesterday, and the soldering just decided to bail on us. No idea why, still investigating. Oh, and remember that little mishap with the fan grazing the diffuser plastic? Yeah, that happened too. So, we're tearing it down to figure out what went south. Odds are we'll solder up the radiator, cause swapping it out right now would be a bit too steep. Gotta test it first, make sure it's holding up. If all goes well, then maybe we'll splurge on a brand new radiator. Right now, it's all about tearing into it, figuring out the mess, and showing you the nitty-gritty details of how we're solving this puzzle. Stay tuned. So, here's the deal, folks. Our radiator, the Achilles heel that decided to act up on our very first outing. Picture this, cruising at 100, feeling the buzz, and bam, the soldering at the bottom gives in, and water starts pouring out. Pulled the radiator, hit it with the soldering iron, but the fins down there were like, nah, we're done. So, we went experimental. Soldered it up not knowing if it'll hold. Now, we're assembling everything, pushing it to the max, adjusting the diffuser to make sure that fan won't graze again. Gotta test it out because we need to check the articulation before we decide to slap on a fresh coat of paint on the bumper. Especially since we're dealing with those wide wheels, 1300 by 700, up front. Gotta make sure it clears before we even think about trimming or painting. And to all of you sliding into my DMs asking about these wheels, they're from Of the Rose. Let me zoom in, show you the brand, size. Here's the update. BIGFOOT is back in action. Slapped on the old radiator for now, but don't worry, new ones are already in the mix. We also snagged a new pump because, the old one had seen better days. Can't risk this rig breaking down in the middle of nowhere, right? Now, the plan is to hit the road, test out that articulation. We did a bit of tinkering, extended the shifter on the gearbox and transfer case to make shifting a breeze. Last time, it felt like I was playing Twister with my fingers just to get it in gear. Oh, and we lifted the body a bit too, but that's a story for the next episode. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We're itching to get out there and tear it up. Until next time.